One crore pieces.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dr. Lame, will you please allow me to share my screen? You can make me the host, please.
Yes, sir, I have done that
Okay.
just now.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, students, are you able to see my PowerPoint slide?
Yes, sir.
So, what I want to discuss with you that if you compare the value, we have applied naive method, right? We have applied naive method. The value is 11.6. We apply moving average method. The value is some 12.1 or 12.3. And when you apply weighted moving average method, the value is again different, 12.7. So with the application of each method, you will find it out a different value of this, the estimated value for the future period. So the difference is due to the reason that every method have its own accuracy. So the challenge for operations manager is to select the most appropriate method. And the definition of appropriateness is more accurate. So accuracy and less error are the two important parameters that we always have to consider when we select a particular forecasted method. Right? Now, see this graph is another very important, depiction of the difference in the value. What do you see if you Are you able to see my slide now?
Yes, sir.
So these three graphs which I'm referring to, one is about the actual sales, and the other one is the weighted moving average and the moving average. And you will see the difference in the three lines, the three graphs, right? The three curve rather. The curve for the actual sale is different from the moving average and the weighted moving average. But weighted moving average is slightly nearer to the actual value, actual curve, and moving average is not as far, not as close to as weighted moving average. So with this, graphical depiction, what I would like to show you the difference in the actual value vis-a-vis to forecasted value. Now, our job, right, when we are forecasting the future requirement is how accurate our forecast is, how close we are with the actual value. And that is why we would try to select the best method of forecasting. Right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
सर अगर हम लोग सर 6 पॉइंट वेटेड मूविंग एवरेज का यूज करें तो वो ज्यादा एक्यूरेट हो.
Yeah, definitely you will notice some improvement in the method, no doubt about it. बिल्कुल, अगर आप 6 पॉइंट मूविंग एवरेज का यूज करेंगे तो you will find a line better than the 3 point moving average. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So, going back to again with the number of methods that we have. Yeah, this one. So first is NAVE, then we have the moving average, and then we have the weighted moving average. And this is the right time that we should talk about another very important method, which we call the exponential smoothing method. Now, this exponential smoothing method is, I would say, the advanced version of average method. Why do we call it as smoothing method? This method is smoothing in the way that it will neutralize the ups and downs in the values. ये क्या करता है कि जो कर्व में आप अलग अलग तरह के ups and downs देख रहे हैं, they will try to reduce that ups and down by reducing that ups and down, the value, the forecasted value will become quite close to the actual value. What is this method all about? What is the difference in this method vis-a-vis to the previous three methods? That is a matter of discussion for us. And from weighted moving average, we move to exponential smoothing method. I would like to move to the formula, the mathematical formula that is used for estimating this exponential smoothing method. And the formula in itself gives you a lot of idea about the difference. I hope this slide is visible, in which we have the formula where F is the symbolic representation of forecast. So F, capital F, is forecast. T, that is FT, this T denote the time period. So this is the time period. And definitely when we talk about T minus 1, this is one period previous to the current. That is, if I'm talking about 2020, then T minus 1 will become 2019. If I'm talking about 2019, T minus 1 will become 18. So this is F stand for forecasted value, T is the current period, T minus 1 is a one period previous to the current period. Capital A, yes, is not the forecast. Capital A is the actual value. So there, once again, there is a difference between the actual value and the forecasted value. My forecast is 56, but actually it is 52. So my forecasted value is 56, but when the period actually arrives, what we notice that the actual sales is only 52, not 56. So there is a difference between the actual value vis-a-vis to the forecasted value. So capital A here stands for the actual value, and T minus 1 is as usual one period previous to the current. So T minus 1, the actual value of the period before this. So if you see this formula, it comprises of capital F, which is forecast, and capital A, which is the actual value, and then the representation in the form of T and T minus 1, and then bracket is closed, and this entire bracket is multiplied with a symbol alpha. This alpha is nothing but it is the smoothing coefficient, or it's a smoothing constant. ये वो constant है which is need to be applied here, where the value need to be placed here in this formula to get the value of the formula, the value of the forecast by using the exponentials. The value of alpha, if you see this slide, lies between 0 to 1. ये 0 भी हो सकती है और maximum 1 होती है बस. ना ये 1 से ज्यादा होगी और ना 0 से कम होगी. That means it cannot be negative and it cannot be more than 1. I know you have a lot of questions about alpha. आप सोच रहे होंगे कि alpha कहाँ कैसे आया है, ये कैसे रखा जाता है, इसकी कौन सी वैल्यू रखी जाती है. You will find out the answers of all these questions in the numerical problem when we handle the numerical problem, and we'll share the data file with you, and then we'll tell you. As of now, I just wanted to tell you one thing, that alpha is calculated in advance. It's already there, and alpha is industry specific. Two things you have to understand. One, alpha is a predetermined value which is already given to you for estimating the exponential smoothing. आपसे कैलकुलेट नहीं करवाई जाएगी, बल्कि अल्फा की वैल्यू आपको दी जाएगी. It is predetermined. What would be the basis of that predetermination? That's a separate point of discussion, but it's already, the value is also already there. And one more point, alpha is industry specific. अगर हम ये फोरकास्टिंग सीमेंट के लिए कर रहे हैं तो अल्फा की वैल्यू कुछ और होगी. अगर हम स्टील के लिए कर रहे हैं तो अल्फा की वैल्यू कुछ और होगी. अगर हम लैपटॉप के लिए कर रहे हैं तो अल्फा की वैल्यू कुछ और होगी. अगर हम स्टॉक रिटर्न के लिए कर रहे हैं तो अल्फा की वैल्यू कुछ और होगी. So depending upon the nature of commodity and depending upon the dynamics of the industry, the alpha value get changed. क्या यहां तक बात आपके समझ में आई? Are you able to get the point which I am telling you in this formula?
Yes, sir.
I am repeating. Exponential smoothing method, which is the mathematical formulation is there in front of you. Ft equal to ft minus 1 plus alpha, and within the bracket we have actual t minus 1 plus minus forecasted t minus 1, bracket closed, where f stands for forecast and a stands for actual. T and t minus 1, as you understood it well, that it is t is a current period and t minus 1 is a one period before this. Lag, we call it a single lag in technical language. So 1 period lag, 2 period lag. So t minus 1 is a 1 period lag. So if I'm talking about 2020, 1 period lag is 19. So this lagging is a very important concept in forecast. अभी आगे और आपको इसके बारे में बताएंगे, और आप जैसे जैसे एडवांस स्टडीज करेंगे कैलकुलेशन के अंदर, इकोनोमेट्रिक एनालिसिस और हाई एंड डेटा एनालिटिक्स करेंगे, तो लैगिंग का जो कंसेप्ट है ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है और वो यहीं से शुरू होता है. तो द कंसेप्ट ऑफ लैगिंग, दैट इज यू टेक 1 पीरियड लैग to estimate the future, is a very important concept is used in calculation, which is here in front of you. Alpha, I have already briefed you. Now, without wasting much of your time, I'll directly move to a calculation. The demand is predicted demand is 142 Ford Mustang is a model of Ford car, whereas actual value is coming out to be, the forecast is 142, where the actual value for the period is 153. Take alpha equal to 0.20. For automobile industry at a one period of time, alpha is assumed to be 0.20. I want to estimate the new forecast. So the previous period forecast is 142. Actual demand of the previous period is 153. Taking alpha equal to 0.20, if I put it in the formula, what is the new forecast? करिए आप लोग बताइए, इस वैल्यू को पुट करके मुझे बताइए न्यू फोरकास्ट क्या होगा.
The 142.
What is the new forecast? 44.2. So if you round it off, because it is a matter of car, so decimal value will convey no meaning to us. So we round it off and it comes out to be 144. So new forecast is 144. Any doubt, any confusion up till here? please?
No, sir.
Please feel free to use any query.
So how did they come to point to value of alpha?
That is a natural question. I already answered this question. At this point of time, you have to remember only two things about alpha. It's predetermined. That is why it is already given you in the question 0.20, and it is industry specific because we are handling a problem of automobile industry. So at a particular period of time, alpha for the industry is 0.2. There is a separate calculation for alpha, which is right now beyond our discussion. हम बताएंगे आपको, अगर आपका ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट हो, I can explain you कि ये अल्फा कैसे कैलकुलेट किया जाता है, लेकिन अभी हमारा फोकस अल्फा पे नहीं है. अभी हमारा फोकस forecasted value पे है, that is by taking the exponential smoothing formula. So keeping aside
Yes,
alpha, keep it as 0.2, rest of the value will remain the same. You put it in the formula and you get the new forecast as 144. ठीक है?
Okay. That means it differs from company to company.
It vary from company to company and we can compare also. अभी हम आपको दिखाएंगे. I will take the different values of alpha. इसी प्रॉब्लम में मैं अल्फा को चेंज कर दूंगा और मैं कहूंगा अल्फा को 0.10 लीजिए, 10 लीजिए, 0.10 लीजिए, and then find out the difference in the value of the forecasted value. You see the difference in the forecasted value by changing the value of alpha. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि अल्फा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, अल्फा इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट ये हम एज्यूम करते हैं कि इन एन इंडस्ट्री फॉर अ स्पेसिफिक पीरियड अल्फा विल रिमेन कांस्टेंट. अल्फा एक इंपॉर्टेंट पैरामीटर है, लेकिन ये इतना डायनामिक नहीं है कि ये रोज के रोज बदल रहा है. इट इज एज्यूम टू बी स्टैटिक फॉर अ स्पेसिफिक पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल फॉर अ मंथ, फॉर अ सीजन, फॉर अ क्वार्टर. It will take it the same value and it is assumed to be constant. That is why alpha is of not that importance for us, in this moment. But we can compare the value by taking the different value of alpha. ये देखिए अभी मैंने ये आपको दिखा रहा था कि अलग अलग अल्फा की वैल्यू लेने से क्या होता है. इट्स अ ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन. अगर एक्चुअल ग्राफ को देखें और अल्फा 0.1 पे देखें और अल्फा 0.5 पे देखें, so you will not notice that when you take alpha equal to 0.5, this curve is very near to the actual value as compared to when you draw the curve for alpha equal to 0.1. अगर आप alpha 0.1 लेते हैं तो वो कर्व एक्चुअल वैल्यू से काफी दूर है, और आप alpha 0.5 लेते हैं तो वो कर्व एक्चुअल वैल्यू से काफी करीब है. यानी हमारी जो एस्टिमेट है वो एक्चुअल वैल्यू के काफी क्लोज है. जैसे जैसे आप अल्फा को इंप्रूव करो. The reason is quite simple. Why this is so? The reason is that it is because of the formula, the mathematical formula of exponential smoothing. So okay, I will share more questions on exponential smoothing in the next class tomorrow. So I would conclude today's session by summarizing that today the focus was on briefing you about quantitative methods of forecasting, which are primarily classified into time series and associative. Time series is someone which is based on historical data. We have 5 broad type of time series method. Number 1, NAVE, where the forecast of the current period is the actual value of the previous period. Moving average, the forecasted value is calculated by taking the average of the previous period. It would be 3 period, it would be 6 period. Accordingly, you name the method. We have the weighted moving average, in which you add the weighting. And last but not the least, we have the exponential smoothing method, which we have already discussed. With this, I would like to conclude today's session. Tomorrow, again, I will join at the same time. But I request all of you to please join the class at a time and raise questions, queries, and seek clarification what I am discussing. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.